Hi, I'm Rob Benedict.
Hi, I'm Brett Anthony.
The views in this program are those of its hosts and guests only. And do
Only.
Only. And do not in any way reflect.
The opinions of its producers, sound operators, and engineers. However, please note that you should disagree.
Should you disagree,
That should you disagree,
keep your mouth on the microphone.
my documentation is so soiled.
Soil your documentation with water.
And speaking of soiled, if you're offended by harsh language,
Sexual content.
strong sexual content.
Yes. Actors who sing.
I'll tell you what, I am not one of those. So no, you shouldn't be offended by me.
People who have had strokes.
Listen.
And have them in the studio as they're playing a game.
I don't know. I think there should be a shot game. How many times Russell Crowe has been said and Circle of Willis. We're going to have some drunk
And homeless
listeners.
people. Homeless people.
And homeless people.
If you're offended by drunk listeners.
This show ain't for you.
And now here he is, the man who
Really struggles in the gym. Whose fat percentage, body fat is, I think, 1.6.
and books every Pringles audition he goes to.
Boom! Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Regan.
Regan
Burns.
Burns.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Critically Yours, Regan Burns. Peter, okay, Brett, here, well, I already filled you guys in, so this is the kind of week we're having, Brett. I fucked up on scheduling on Tuesday, so we did our first episode where it was me, like, doing the Charlie Rose one-on-one. I had Mitch Rouse in.
Okay.
Normally, I like to have two people in the seat because it gives it kind of, don't you think, kind of like a...
It's nice, but I like
It's
one
like a
person.
camaraderie. You like one.
And I found out.
I feel like this. Like I should be way too much. Like, so tell us about your childhood, Brett.
Well, after the forceps were around my...
We're gonna go right back to in utero. So Rob Benedict is also on the show this week, and he and we got some kind of time snafu thing, but he's on his way and he'll be here in a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to make you seem interesting. How you doing?
I'm really well. I'm glad I answered the payphone to get here on time today.
Do you
Because I know technology's
Do you
lacking.
remember? I mean, you've been doing this as long as I have, so I'm sure you have. There was a time when our agents would not call us; they would page us.
Oh, yes.
On a little pager, and then if it had what 911 at the end of the callback number, you knew that you had to call your agent immediately,
Right away.
So what did we do? Look for a payphone.
Oh, yeah.
That's how fucking old we are.
The ashtray had all the coins for the
Yeah,
payphones.
the ashtray had tons of coins.
And growing up in Costa Mesa, I would find said payphone. And, for me to call up to the 310
right,
or the 818 was a lot of coins.
right.
So ashtray, then glove compartment. I didn't know I was going to actually say the word glove compartment today.
Glove compartment?
Yeah.
I think that was the topic was going to come up.
Yeah.
That's actually be in the description of the show. It'll be the
Yeah.
glove compartment episode.
The glove compartment, which was too, in my Plymouth Gold Duster, it was too small for my Thomas guide. How about that?
The Thomas Guide. Did you
That's
have that?
technology.
Did that hurt your brain?
No. The Thomas Guide, which was like it was like a street map book. I remember this too, but the Thomas Guide, you were either like ghetto actor and you had just the paper one that would get shredded up, especially the pages near like La Brea and Los Angeles, the ones you would go to a lot.
693.
690 pages. But there was always the one actor who had like the glossed one. Like did you ever meet that guy? The one the Thomas, the really nice.
Organized.
Yeah, it was like the $90 Thomas Guide that had like protection
Laminated.
laminate. That's the word.
Laminated.
Laminated Thomas Guide. I never had
Guide.
that. I had the ghetto one where the pages would eventually come out, and I'd have to put them back in.
The spiral, the spine, that any sort of immediate braking would slide off the front,
It was like
ricochet off the center console.
Oh, it was like a shitty Trapper Keeper. It was like a really shitty Trapper Keeper. That's how we got around LA.
It was.
And now
with
my
the
God,
Thomas Guide.
Google. If you lose Google Maps for like 2 seconds, you're like,
Full panic.
I gotta pull over. I don't know what the hell's going on.
can't.
I'll never find my way there.
I have photographed a few payphones in and around San Francisco. I haven't seen very many still in L.A. There's a few.
There's a couple. There's one out near me out in Agora.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's just they left it there.
Yeah.
And there's still a phone book attached to it. And do you ever do this, Peter, with your kids or Brett? Have you ever done like the geocaching? Do you know what geocaching is?
I don't know what
You jumped on
geocaching is. I don't have
geocaching?
kids though. Like I don't have. Is that a thing?
Is that
for
like
kids
find
only?
friends
it's a thing
and they
with,
can
like,
find 'em?
I think Scouts started it, but I guarantee you, if you put the geocaching app on your phone right now and put find near geocaches, there's at least 50 within walking distance of where we are.
Really?
And these are like little hidden things. They're usually little. Sometimes they're as small as like little like pill bottles. Sometimes they're big like ammo boxes.
Okay.
And they're hidden in very interesting ways that usually has a log in it that you sign and go, I found. And then it has like the trinket exchange. So it's like, oh, you could take this silver dollar if you put in a keychain or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a trading
Never
thing.
have heard of
Okay.
And that the really was really.
I'm gonna look.
Look,
into
Peter's
it.
like, God, you
that.
got
I just
a lot
look
of
for
time.
golf balls. That's it.
Oh my God! Yeah, we got 3 avid golfers in here right now. One of which is very good. I'll let you guys decide. But no, geocaching is that my kids love it, and it's actually kind of fun. But they're like, you can find them in the city. You can find them on like on road trips. It's a fun thing to do because they're always at rest stops, and it's like a GPS thing. It takes you.
I want to make a note of this.
It's geocaching. It's massive. It's all around the world. Anywhere you go.
Find it on the website.
And people who don't know about it are called muggles. I guess it's a Harry Potter thing, whatever. Like
Well-
you just don't know about it. And you're not supposed to let muggles know what you're doing, so you're supposed to be very sneaky about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you are a muggle by sharing this information, or no?
Yeah.
I'm a traitor, I guess.
Traitor.
I don't know if it's
okay.
supposed to out there. Can I just say that in the first 10 minutes of this podcast, we've covered Thomas guides and geocaching.
Hey,
I think our niche is pretty good.
I feel that we're done.
We're done.
I feel that we could
And
call
thanks
it.
for-
Listeners are not going to know how to turn on a podcast.
Peter,
'cause they
thanks
are
for
like,
meeting you.
yeah,
Thanks for tuning in.
And Regan.
Well, normally I start the show with the rant. I'm thinking maybe I'll hold the rant off till Rob gets here.
Okay.
I don't know.
How
What do you
far is
think?
he driving?
I don't know where the hell he's coming from. He'll be here when
I
he
hope
gets
not
here.
Costa Mesa. That would be
Doubtful.
Doubtful.
Doubtful. The orange curtain
He
is
said about a
very.
half hour. We don't even need. Should I tell him to turn around at this point? Brett
Let's
has already
have him.
brought up some
Let's have
amazing
him.
topics.
Let's reschedule him.
If you'd like to meet the other Brett,
The other Brett. His guest stars include Seinfeld, The Wonder Years, Arliss, Beverly Hills, 90210, Diagnosis Murder, Andy Barker PI, as well as a turn in the TV miniseries The Capture of the Green River Killer with Tom Cavanaugh. He won critical acclaim with his portrayal of the late, great John Ritter in the NBC docudrama Behind the Camera, The Unauthorized Story of Three's Company. He's been in almost as many commercials as I have, and that's a lot. And I'm just throwing this in here because I've known you for a long time, and I just happened to stumble upon this last night.
oh no,
The U.S. Open Swing Dance Champion. That's some bullshit right there. I'm calling major bullshit on that. Mr. Brett Anthony
Hey,
is with
Brett's
us.
in the
Brett.
house.
the room is too small for the list. The ego has just blown out the sliding window here. Wow, that was
Did you really?
super cool.
Did you really? Seriously? You're a U.S. swing dance champion?
1986.
Tell me you got into it for the puss. what
I am
right,
not at liberty
what
to.
right turn did you
That was-
take where you went, you know what, I think swing. Did you see the Gap commercials back in the 90s and that was what hooked you?
Well, after my role in Newsies,
Oh, you were in
dancer number 56 of 60.
Maybe that's why I didn't put it on there.
Yeah, it was it was such a blockbuster. I think actually Christian Bale has removed it from his resume.
Yeah.
No, 1986. I'm rolling around, fresh out of elementary school,
Right.
and Jenny
Fresh.
Gold.
I love how you're fresh out of elementary.
Fresh
like you
out.
just were released onto the streets.
I put
I got my elementary
Yeah.
school diploma.
I
The
put
world
the-
is my oyster.
I put the peachy folder aside.
Right.
And went to. I got asked by Jenny Goldman to join her in a dance class, a dance recital, because they needed boys. I was the only boy there. The dance recital then blossomed into a little bit of soft shoe, a little bit of tap.
Uh-huh.
I did that for a bit.
Look at you.
Those are no longer in the closet. But the wingtips are still in there.
Wow.
The wingtips are still in
Really?
there for the swing dancing.
Could you still pull them out and do a little something something?
I mean, my mother and I shred wedding receptions.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
right.
She and I really cut it up. But who I won with is Tiffany Robbins. I went from Jenny to Tiffany for swing dancing. And in 1986 at the Disneyland Hotel, we were crowned the U.S. Open swing dance champions.
Wow.
Where's the trophy?
Still in my mom's.
Oh, Mom's
down
got
in
it.
Costa Mesa.
Yeah, she probably polishes it every day.
It's probably become a wet clothes drying device.
It's not.
I'm
It's on the mantle with pride.
Taller than both of us.
Uh-huh.
I think I was coming in strong at 5'4" at the time, but I remember the trophy was 5'6", 5'6".
Look at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I had a
so
photo.
it's one of them big tall ass.
Yeah.
It's like it's not some
Multi-tier.
little
Multi-tier.
participation thing. It's got
No.
the pillars.
No, it's not a white medal
Please,
for participation.
please post a picture of you
Okay.
back in the day,
All right.
somewhere on the social media
Tewinkle
today.
Park.
Find the you holding the trophy or trying to hold the trophy up or something.
Yeah. I'm in a turquoise top with white sequin suspenders.
Oh, of course you are.
Let me know if you need to borrow those, Peter.
Of course
I know.
you are.
You are pre-Dancing with the Stars. You could've
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
And so, of course, my mom now, after the incredible resume that you've ratted off, is shocked that I have not been asked to do Dances with the Stars.
Really, it hasn't come up.
And I'm like,
True.
it's not. I feel like I could participate
could.
in dancing with.
Mom.
that guy who was in that thing.
I have nothing to. Dancing with is not a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
But I feel like I could
you could.
shuffle ball change it right
Do
into
you
somebody's
watch?
face.
Do you watch Dancing with the Stars? I know you do, Peter. You watch it.
No.
No, you do. Just
Heather had a
why do you
dream.
gotta-
Heather
why
had
do
a
you have to
dream
be
at one
embarrassed
time
by
to be
it?
on Dancing with the Stars, but I think it's fading.
She's not going to do it now.
It's well. I mean,
Peter's married to Heather McDonald, stand-up comic, very
Yes.
very famous. She's. What do you mean? Doesn't think she's good at? You're pointing at her
Yeah.
poster like what?
That is a
Careful.
spokesperson for Dancing with the Stars.
I know. Doesn't she look like she should? That's.
I don't know if she would be as I see the photo out of my point guard peripheral vision.
right.
I'm not sure teacher or contestant.
Yeah, she could be either
An
one.
instructor.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
She would be if she was on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, I don't know if your wife can dance or not. I've never danced with your wife. That you know
she
of.
thinks she can.
Well,
But is she good enough that like she might be the one where some people who aren't familiar with her might go, I'm not sure which one is the celebrity and which one is the dancer.
She
See?
might. Well,
Is she
she's
good?
48, so. Like Nikki
do you want to
Glaser.
throw
no,
her
Nikki,
weight out
Nikki,
too?
no.
I mean, God, you're going to be in so much trouble.
Yeah, what is she clocking in at, Peter?
Yeah, and what's her playing
Yeah.
weight right now, or standing weight if that's her?
Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't.
she's
She doesn't
good.
listen to this. Her
Yeah.
husband's on it.
She's like, yeah, and
She's glad to
Could
have
just
him
be
out.
happy.
me down.
Exactly. You're happily married, but when you were a swing dancing champion, did people just assume you were probably not of that persuasion? You mentioned you were the only guy. Like my daughter dances, and there's usually one, maybe two boys in the company, and there's just that assumption
Yeah.
with it. But you're a very heterosexual. I can vouch for that. I've played golf with you. You will drop a hardcore joke at
Yeah.
drop of a dime. But was there a point where like your family went, oh, Brett's into what? Swing dancing all of a sudden?
You know what?
Soft shoe?
There was so many sports with my older
Oh,
brother.
you did that too.
Was basically that was such a great tool to use with soccer, basketball. There was so many muscle memory things I used from dancing to sports.
Yeah.
Which is why I excelled in sports and got no scholarships anywhere.
Right.
But no, I certainly was an 8-time varsity letterman at Costa Mesa High School.
Wow. 8 times. Let's see, that's 4 years in 2 sports? Or I'm gonna,
Sophomore year lettered in,
Look at
I think
you.
it was water polo.
Were you
Nice.
homecoming kid? Well, my son's water polo. Yeah, and so is Peter's.
Yeah.
I just found out he got MVP.
He did?
Yeah.
And you said he's quitting.
And he's
What the hell? Yeah.
He's not playing in the bowl game before the.
He plays golf. He's on the
a
varsity
golfer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
And you're married to.
Now
a
that I know
golfer.
that, I'm engaged.
Okay, Joe, you haven't
We've
made it
tried
official yet.
the-
I figured you'd been married by now.
Yeah,
you got
not
engaged
yet.
in '94.
What? 94 when she was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I saw her at the driving range. She
Yeah.
was just a little taller than the gates that separate the stalls, and I fell in love.
Listen, I've told you this before, so I have no problem saying this now. Your wife is hot. I mean,
she
not that you're
is.
not an attractive man, but I knew your wife because she won the Golf Channel's The Big Break show in Hawaii.
Yeah, the Kapalua.
and I think I might have even watched that.
Kanapali?
You and I did a film together, and I don't remember if I think I'd even seen that before, maybe after.
Before.
So I knew of your wife, I think, even before I met you on the set of the film we did. And she was already in my
Yeah.
spank bank. I mean,
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
too much
I mean,
information.
well, you know
Well,
what I
no,
mean.
because now-
Yeah, well,
And
you're
I've got a new.
You have
she has a
spank bank.
beautiful smile too.
Yeah. No, I mean, she was hot. And that was kind of her thing on the show. Is she was a great golfer, but she was obviously, they played
Yeah.
up the fact that she was gorgeous as
There's
well.
a photo of her during that competition in a bathing suit on a boat. Kim Welch is her name.
Yes, Kim.
Welch.
Very, very talented
She-
young lady.
Yeah. She got a full ride to Washington State University. She's in their Hall of Fame. I've got a great little story about getting inducted that we'll get to. Maybe.
Yeah, we don't have time for stories.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What do you mean she's great? Go ahead.
Anyway, no, she is just an incredible golfer, and you can be. I want to say it's much like we go into these auditions, and we all have this, especially Peter, an incredible amount of talent, and here we are.
You do.
Here we are, not either getting the jobs for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But I've been with Kim I've seen her have 3 holes in ones.
Oh, wow.
She holes out from the fairway all the time, and I see it because I'm, waist deep in the water looking for my ball, where my tee shot landed.
You caddy for her sometimes too, don't you? Or did that end?
Yeah, no.
I know you were caddying
Yeah.
for her. Did that?
If
that
this
was that
is only
going to
be a half an hour, we probably shouldn't even touch.
Never
the
caddy.
former-
Never caddy for your wife. Is that the lesson to be learned?
That is the lesson. That is the lesson. We still love each other,
Right.
which is why I'm not caddying.
Would she ever literally? Would she ever yell at you during a tournament? Was there ever a moment where she'd go, What are you doing?
Oh,
Why would you give me the 7-iron? Have we not been over what my 180 distance is? I mean,
there was a moment in Haikou, China.
do you remember it well? Do you?
I'll never forget it.
Uh-huh.
Par 3, she comes off a birdie on the previous hole, goes to the restroom. The other 2 girls, a little sour in the face over not birdieing.
Right.
So she has honors on the tee box.
Right. So they're waiting.
Yeah, so I'm carrying a staff bag that's half my weight over the lava rocks of Haikou, China.
Uh-huh.
And I get to the tee box, and none of the other girls are preparing to hit or anything.
Right.
And so I see Kim coming out of the restroom, and I was like, "Oh, my yardage book! I've got to give her
Yeah,
the
you gotta
yardage
get-
because
gotta
now
get
these
ready.
girls are waiting for her."
And she's first off. She's
I
got
do
honors.
my calculations. I had a small abacus that I was able to fit in the staff bag. There was so much
Bean
room.
counting. You're taking wind
I
measurements.
walk it off.
Right.
I really don't know what I'm even doing.
Right.
I come up with 186.
Okay.
186
The wind.
yards.
186.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the pin.
Hole in one is they will ship you the Porsche Panamera that's behind us.
Okay, so
on
it's
display.
a card hole. So if
Yeah.
Kim manages to follow up the birdie with a hole in one, long odds she's getting a car.
Yes.
They got to fly it back for her.
Color up to you. Color selection up to you.
Right.
She hits this beautiful shot. She selects the 5-iron. And it is tracking the pin like a military device.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like, I'm thinking maybe cranberry upholstery. Like I'm going with more of a thinner thread along the dash.
You're already making the you
Yeah.
already have a car speech in your
Oh,
head.
yeah. Yeah. How are we going to fit this on the plane?
Right.
The ball comes to rest, it just splashes down in the bunker behind the green.
Too much club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too much club.
And that's when I got the look.
Oh.
186.
Yeah. And she goes, "Did that include the downhill?"
Oh. Gotta
And
factor it
I-
in, Brett.
Thought I was going to die in Heiko, China. 5-iron across the face,
Yeah.
bled out on the hood of a Panamera, just.
Did she say par? Did she
and-
get the Sandy? at
Oh,
least?
no.
No.
No,
I
no.
just made it worse.
No.
Just gave back the birdie.
Gave back the bird. She didn't talk to me, I think, until I had to sit next to her on the plane home.
Really?
Well, winner got 250.
Oh.
2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Winner got
I'm going to guess
250.
that's a few zeros
We
on the end of
didn't
that.
win that. I actually moved the comma a couple of places to the left of that number after the bogey on that hole. But did that include the downhill? Will always haunt me due to, that's pretty specific.
How downhill was it?
I would say a good 12. Good
2
12.
clubs? 2 clubs?
No, one club.
One club.
One club.
Oh.
But,
And
for
the
them.
pin was at the back.
Yeah. And so then she had to chip out of the sand to a downhill green. So get that to stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
No date? You're not locking this down? You're not locking down this gem?
Well, I've bought the gem.
Oh, yeah.
She
yeah.
has the
Yeah, I
gem.
saw the proposal. I saw
Yeah,
it's very cute.
She has that. And now that I'm not caddying, I have a feeling that she'll be able to squeeze it in somewhere at the season.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
at you.
I live in the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go a couple weeks ago and watch her play Pebble Beach, a tournament at Pebble Beach.
Uh-huh.
And she
played
somehow...
the Pebble, or was it all over the place? Spyglass, all of them, or
Yeah, the tournament was Pebble, Spyglass, and Spanish Bay.
Spanish? Yeah.
But the practice round was at Pebble, and she got a foursome there. So I had to play. I
You
mean,
played?
I had
Nice.
to.
Love playing
Like,
Pebble.
it was such
I
a
do.
drag.
Yeah. Is that your dates with her? Do
These are our-
do you
these
guys,
are our
do you
dates.
guys like when you plan a date? Is it usually 9 holes, 18 holes?
Yeah.
Is that what it? That's just your special time together?
Yeah,
I mean, but do you? I mean,
I break
she's
out.
busy, right?
she is
And
very
she's
busy.
got to practice all the time. So do you
Yes.
feel like if I want to see my fiance, I have to find a tea time? You're
That's
like on
our-
golfnow.com going,
Yeah,
I'm planning
it's
a date
not a
with my wife.
restaurant. I don't book through Yelp review
You guys don't
restaurants.
like go to New York, see the SpongeBob musical, go out and
No.
No?
Pebble, Monterey Peninsula Country Club was a place that I got to hit quite a few
Right.
balls at. It was really...
Is it difficult to have a wife that's so much better at you in golf? Like, do you ever just?
Yeah.
Because I get mad. I would get mad when my son would hit a ball so pure. I know Peter does. Peter,
He does.
it's like Peter's kid is.
He's like,
great.
I didn't do that yesterday.
What's he? How far does he drive it? How far does he hit it?
Oh, he's-
300
Yeah, he's a
plus.
He,
I mean,
he
he's
swings out his ass.
he drives.
He is.
He drives
he is
on the par fours.
He is the complete opposite
Opposite,
of the video you showed of your wife's smooth or fiance's smooth swing.
Silky.
Yeah, no, he is. And if he has one bad shot, he's going to get up and Babe Ruth the fuck out of that ball the next time. He just swings for the fence.
Well, when
But is
I
it hard? Do you ever go out there and you go, I'm so sick of you making this look easy while
Yeah.
you're looking for your ball?
down the middle,
Right.
onto the green, one putt birdie, 2 putt par, ho hum. And I am literally scratching my head going, so if I'm 3 out of bounds and I hit it greenside bunker plug into the sand and then I take 3 to get out and she just goes, look, you got an 11.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
You got an 11.
There's a group of 4 behind us. Get your
Jesus Christ. We're at Pebble Beach, okay?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Rake
is-
it already. Rake it and move. Get out
Pick
of
it
the.
up, rake it. Let's just move on.
Oh, here's the thing. How do you feel about getting pointers from your wife? Is that allowed? Like, do you ever take a swing and she goes, hey, you're a little outside in on that? Or are you like, you know what?
She does. And my response back is this. Listen, back on hole 3, you were a little quick.
Right.
And that goes over like a fart in church.
Yeah.
There is no suggestions really
Right.
from me. Because then it's silent treatment.
Right, but she doesn't try to. She doesn't try to teach you. She doesn't ever come out and go. I'm going to play golf instructor today, Brett, because you have potential. She's
She
like,
takes
no,
a
you-
look.
It's like,
As a
no,
lefty,
I don't even-
I say, hey, we'll hit next to each other, we'll face each other, and I'll, as a U.S. Open swing dance champion,
Yeah.
you dance in rooms with mirrors.
Right.
So I was like, I'll mirror you.
Oh yeah, that works.
That's where.
Doesn't work at
No,
all.
It doesn't work at all. Don't you feel like I've and welcome to Golf Talk, by the way, with Regan Burns.
Yes. Yeah.
But since we're on it, I mean, I feel like I'm so old now that I'm not going to change much about. Like I've done lessons here and there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this, but because I remember when my kids take lessons, they're like sponges. They're like, the instructor says, do
try
it like
this.
this, hold your back like this, and they're like, fine, I'll do that every time.
Yeah.
I feel like we're almost so ingrained that it's like, besides changing the grip a little bit, or maybe your stance, your address a little bit, yeah, we're tweaking. We're not. There's no overhaul coming in my game.
Right. So we're podcasting, right?
I
We're
think so.
doing that.
I hope
No
so.
visuals.
She's playing.
Yeah.
Is she playing? Yeah, she's playing.
Yeah,
right now.
she's practicing.
Right.
So if we podcast for, I don't know, 8 straight hours, we'd be so good at it.
Yeah.
Like right now,
We're not.
mediocre
We're
at
not.
best.
We're
The door's open. I hear Topanga. I can hear, AAA just pulled up next to a flat.
yeah. We have
that-
no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, but that's, I don't practice like that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we don't practice.
I don't think I want to act 8 hours a day. Do you?
I mean,
Like, do you ever get off a set after you do a show for like, say you do like a guest spot for like 2 or 3 days? Do you go, oh, I cannot wait to go sit in a trailer for 7 hours so I can say
love
5? Like,
honey wagons.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
she must burn out, right?
She does. She does. She finishes her season, and then there's like maybe 2-3 weeks where I'd be like, so do you think you're going to go all around town today? Go somewhere?
Right.
It's not really brought up. It's not, you got to leave it, there is break time, significant break
Right.
time. So
What does she think about being engaged to an actor? She is she ever like, hey, funny man, we're not on stage right now. You don't have to put on a show for me. Like, hey, Brett, turn it down a bit.
listen,
like
it's
you're
not
out,
that time.
You're out caddying and you're like cracking jokes with the.
She's like, it's a
refs.
scorecard, not a call sheet. So just
do your
be.
job.
Just be.
Just do your job. And she's got 3 aces since you've seen her.
Yeah, one of them is online. One of them happened while they just were randomly.
Look at Peter rushing to the
Yeah,
computer.
go to it. Kim Welch.
Kim Welch, hole in
Let's
one.
pull it up.
Hole in one.
Do you have an ace?
Uh,
Because this podcast host does.
hello.
Whoa.
Just one.
I have one,
That doesn't
Why?
count on a miniature golf course.
but I do have 2 that I have thrown in to the hole.
What do you mean you've thrown them into the? I'm
I
pretty
was
sure that
playing-
might not.
I was playing the beautiful Shoal Canyon.
Oh, well, that's a.
Shaw Canyon Country Club.
Yeah, I played it.
That course looks like it's been through the Woolsey fires and is nowhere near the Woolsey fires.
Once my career launched with the "Are You Jellin'" Dr. Scholl commercial,
Yeah.
Anything Shoal, I was all
You were
over
all
it.
over it.
So Shoal Canyon, obviously,
play
a
those,
beautiful
your
segue. No, I was so mad. There's a hole on the back 9 there that the tees were moved up. I was playing awful. I felt if the tee is moved up and the yardage is less, then you shouldn't pay the same green fee.
Right.
That's where I was
Yep.
in the game.
I agree.
So if I'm not playing 40 yards, you should take off at least 2% cost of the fee.
Right.
I was so mad that I said, this is such bullshit, that I threw the ball towards the green, where it hit, divot, spun to the right, into the hole.
Is this the hole in one right here? Your
This is.
fiance's?
Did you bring it up?
Is
Did
that
you?
the one?
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's her.
Well,
Still
good.
photo.
At
Okay,
least-
That's
Now-
her.
At least my producer got the right golfer. He didn't swing around a picture of Michelle Wee.
She's
This
Michelle
her?
Wee.
I heard Japanese. I thought it might be her.
There's only 1,200 Kims out there on the tour. It's first name Kim. So let's narrow that down.
That's her previous boyfriend.
That's not her.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
don't even. It'd be 5 hours.
so bad.
Just put your computer away. You are never gonna find the damn thing.
How to use this thing?
So she's okay being married to an actor.
She is.
Do you guys like the same entertainment stuff? Like when you do, does the same stuff make you laugh that makes her laugh or cry? When you do go see a movie for your bi-yearly date? Like, are you guys like going, yep, it's Aquaman, we're both on the same page? Or is she like, no, what about the French film playing at the Lemley?
No, same.
You're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we saw Star is Born Sunday.
And?
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad. It drove me nuts he was doing Chris Christopherson the whole time, though. It was almost like he was doing Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Turn around, let me look at you one more time. It was
Right.
Billy Bob Thornton sometimes.
I was hoping that there was some, is it Sepacol on set? That it could have cleared it
to
a
clear
little
his throat
bit.
up a little bit?
Just a vapor.
Yeah.
But right on. I mean, that wasn't
No,
the sniper guy.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Like it clearly was a different,
It was not the guy from Wedding Crashers.
No.
He can act.
No.
I give him
but
mad
sexy
props.
hair for him.
Oh my God. Here's the thing. Why is greasy, unkempt, unwashed hair on a man only attractive when it's on the big screen? Like if I
Yeah.
came in with stringy, greasy hair like that, women would be like, you grease ball.
Yeah.
But if you're singing on a stage or
Oh,
you're
man.
killing zombies in The Walking Dead, then you can have greasy
And get away with
and
it.
get away with it. Did you ever have long hair? Did you ever have that look? Did you ever have the mullet? Did you ever
No mullet,
party in the back?
but
business in the front?
I did not. I did not have that.
Really?
But I often, when my hair is longer, curls up, gets pretty wavy.
So does mine. Mine gets it doesn't curl; it gets wave. Like it looks like it's
Yeah.
horrible. It's that horrible like. Looks like I should be in the cast of Chicago. Like just the women with the wavy.
Right. Yeah.
I hate that look.
That's not.
I can't do that.
I'm 4 days after a haircut. I'm
look,
really
Yeah, I was gonna say you look very.
with the late July notice of today that you sent out, that your team sent out to secure my availability. Yeah, I knew to get to the proper
Yeah.
salon, if
Right.
you will.
Because we were gonna videotape this till we walked in and we realized your hair was nowhere near Bradley Cooper level. So
No,
it was not
no,
worth.
no.
It wasn't worth camera time.
And why did I shave? Oh, to be a Midas technician for yesterday's.
I did that yesterday as well.
Joe Blake's.
Yes, I was over there for the
legendary
Midas
Joe
audition.
Blake.
Day of. You call like
Always.
an hour before. Hey, can you
Always.
drive to Santa Monica in 40 minutes for a
Right.
horrific commercial?
If I booked more, I would move to that corner apartment off Ocean Park, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
when Joe Blake does call,
You'd be there just
I
for
have
Joe.
6 minutes to walk
Yeah.
for him.
Brett and I went in for an audition yesterday for Midas. We were the mechanic. I believe our line was something along the lines of, not only do we have great brands, they're also at great prices. Pretty much it.
That's right.
And then some guy with a King's thing shows up, and then we just kind of react. Now, did you put a button on it? Did you make it your own? Did you improvise something at the end?
I may have added
on
a
in.
little, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, let's
Mr.
turn up
Rob
this mic.
Benedict.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, buddy. All right.
Brett, Rob, this is Peter. Look at that.
Hey.
This is, you know what
A
this did?
breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank God the show can take off
This
now.
is gonna light
You know
up.
what this is? This is the first time it's happened. No offense to you, Rob.
Yeah.
There's your coffee, by the way.
Are we talking about me being late?
Yeah, no, not at all.
They did a time change about a month ago.
Yeah, but no.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's kind of like
We're in Calabasas. It's a different time zone.
it's like the
right.
Tonight Show. It's like you were the first guest, and now you
Right.
move over on the couch,
Right.
Yes.
and then Rob comes in.
Yeah. That's
what
second.
it is.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
So all we need is a musical act or a comedian just to close it
Yeah.
out.
Can it be the old Tonight Show? So I've got like a martini.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
nice.
Good to see you, man.
You too, man. Thanks for having me
Glad
on.
to have you here.
That's
we were just
fun.
talking about Brett and I had the same audition yesterday for a
But
commercial.
Now that he's walked in,
Yeah.
I was thinking, are we not supposed to talk about that?
Yeah, we could. No, we don't. We can talk
Finish
about
it.
Why wouldn't
Finish
we
it.
talk about it?
Well, I think it's.
We have to move
Aren't
on to
there
a new
NDAs that we're not allowed to
No.
discuss?
Oh, did you sign an NDA? Have you guys ever done that?
Yeah,
Been in for an
sure.
audition where obviously you sign an NDA,
Right. Yeah.
and you go, not only am I not going to talk about this, why would I discuss
Right,
your
right.
horrific ad for
Exactly.
Apple
Don't
or
don't
Coca-Cola?
say it.
Plus the first thing.
future work. Future
Plus,
work.
the first thing you do is call your friend after, like, so I said this shitty audition for this thing. I'm not supposed to talk, but I'm going to tell you everything about
Yeah,
it.
tell you everything
right,
about
right.
it. Or you call your buddy and you're like, hey, if you're going in for that, let me tell you exactly what to prepare,
Exactly.
what they like, and what
Yeah.
they don't want.
Yeah.
So
You-
it's for a product that's like a fruit.
No, it's for Midas. It was like a fruit. Yeah, it's
Wait,
like a fruit.
again, it was for something.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm trying to keep the
Right,
non-disclosure. It was for something that my Das Boot.
You have no way to end that, do you?
No, but I just didn't want you to get in trouble.
No, I won't get in trouble. We're just talking about like adding tags when they say "make it your own,"
Ah.
and we're like, oh, did you improvise something at the end
Well,
of
yeah,
it?
he said, "What does the guy say?"
I don't know. The guy said something.
I'm this.
Yeah, that. And I
And she's
said,
like, "Nobody's ever said that."
Right.
The wife says, "Nobody's ever
yeah,
said
no
that."
one's ever said that, or I don't know. And then you get in those auditions, and you're like, they're not. This isn't funny from the get go.
No.
I can't add anything to make it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you just stand there.
But then when we do add,
Like, I hope I don't look like your cousin Murray, who you hate, because that's the only reason I would ever get this spot.
yeah,
Totally.
Yeah.
No.
How you been?
Good, really good. Kind of, crazy running around a lot, but
I apprient you coming
here
in.
now, yeah.
Sorry about the miscommunication. It was
it's
on
my
end,
fault.
or-
Something said 11, and I don't know what it was.
just fell on the sword, just like that. My fault.
My fault. Totes.
It took. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It took almost the full 30 minutes to read Brett's bio, so you really haven't missed a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's when
So
it's phonetically.
I'll just pump
drawn
out. I'll
out.
pump out your little one right now, just because we're here. He has guest starred on shows including Criminal Minds, Beyond Borders, The Mentalist, NCIS Los Angeles, Psych, Monk, Shameless, Law and Order LA, Cold Case, CSI, Burn Notice, House, and NYPD Blue, with recurring roles on Chicago Hope, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Birds of Prey, Alias, Franklin and Bash, Masters of Sex. Peter, go out for coffee.
Wow.
Supernatural, and Bosch.
And
he was
Brett.
a regular cast member of the Star Show Head Case, as well as the CBS series Threshold, and is maybe best known as Richard Coad. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
From the hit WB show Felicity. On the big screen, he's been seen in Waiting with Ryan Reynolds, Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell, as well as Not Another Teen Movie. And if that weren't enough, he is the front man for the LA band Loudon Swain, who will be touring in the new year all across the U.S. and Canada. Mr. Rob.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Well done. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's awesome.
You know what I noticed, Rob, just from your body of work? You do a lot of drama,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you're a funny guy.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, like on Felicity, I was.
Felicity being Felicity, you had comic relief.
Yeah, I was like, a lot of times that was my bread and butter. I was the funny guy on a drama.
Right.
But then, and the older I got, I started being the creepy guy on shows like Cold Case, where I was the killer, or The Mentalist. I was the killer.
Right.
I was the one you least expected. I was, strangling kids.
You know what it is? It's your eyes.
It's the eyes.
It's your eyes. But you have the eyes that could go either way. You
Right.
have the eyes that you either go, oh my God, you could seduce me with those eyes.
Right.
Or you're looking into my soul and
Right.
it's freaking me out a
Exactly.
little bit. Eyes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Good, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I
sure,
mean,
yeah,
You ever
yeah.
get that? It's a little.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you get
Right.
that. Absolutely. And it's funny, it's funny how people see you, you have to get used to how people see you. You see yourself a certain way. I'm a real people pleaser and want people to like me. And you walk into a room and people are like, yeah, this guy murdered somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got to shift
Yeah.
my,
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I went in for the show Touch. There was a show on for 2 seasons called Touch with,
That sounds familiar.
with what's his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. Now he's on
Jeremy Piven.
most recently he was on the show where like everyone was killed in the government and he was the one single person left.
Designated Survivor. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Kiefer. So Kiefer's show called Touch.
Okay.
And I went in I had a recurring role in that as a homeless dude. So I just went in looking like me, and they were like, yeah, I got it right away. Like, yeah, that's our homeless guy.
Really?
This guy doesn't have a home.
I mean, you got the uniform black zip-up sweatshirt today. That's kind of the homeless thing.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, but I just always laughed when I walked in there. I'm like, yep, we got our homeless guy.
I haven't done a lot of dramas. I think I'm very good at it. But,
You are.
But every time I do go in for them, I get real excited. It's like, oh, you're coming in for Without a Trace or NCIS or whatever. And it's always this is that special episode where we play a little lighter with the material. And I'd be like the comic relief of the... Like, I remember like CSI, like I did an episode where I was dead the whole episode.
Wow.
Where I was,
Stunning
it was
performance.
like a Weekend with Bernie's episode where Billy Gardell and my buddies stole my corpse from the morgue and then took me to Vegas for a weekend for like a
Oh, my
thing.
God.
So I had one scene, and then I had a death scene where I have a heart attack, but then I spent 2 weeks, just playing. Who was Weekend Bernie guy? I forget. What was that character actor? Remember?
God, the guy with the mustache was
Yeah,
Bernie?
Terry something. Terry. I can't remember his name.
Terry
now.
Weekend at Bernie's.
He's
I'd
always
ask
known as
Peter to
Weekend at
Google it, but
Bernie's.
he's still looking for Kim's hole-in-one.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I normally start the show with my rant of the week, but since
Let's do it
we
now.
got the full guest here, I'll do my rant now. I'll get this out of the way. Gentlemen, not only may you interject, you may interrupt, you may say anything you want. There's no rules when it comes to the rant of the week. It's just thoughts and spewing. Rob, Brett, this week I watched a new Netflix documentary entitled The American Meme.
I saw.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Okay, which took a behind-the-scenes look at social media celebs. It was both fascinating and infuriating, but mostly it was just infuriating.
Really?
There is a world of people out there that are becoming not only famous, but filthy rich by what? Simply trying to become famous and rich. They're not creating anything substantial, not really starting any revolutionary business, certainly not making anything that would equate to high art or even something that is socially redeeming. Kind of like what we're doing here, right? But obviously, this was a little bit different. There were, of course, the breakout success stories like Paris Hilton, who has now taken her unexplainable fame and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar line of perfumes, dog products, and part-time work as a DJ. Jesus. And she is, really. She DJs. She's huge.
Big money.
I know.
Lord.
And speaking of DJs, of course, there is DJ Khaled, who has parlayed his online success into music fame and has such a following that even his infant child has over 2 million followers on its Instagram account.
Oh, my God.
I know. But for all of these stars that have transcended their unexplainable...
And the
Rob is
homeless
already married
man
his
grabs his face.
the homeless Who let in the homeless guy, by the way? For all of these stars that have transcended their unexplainable climb up the notoriety ladder, there are those whom you can tell are clinging to a dream that will most certainly crumble at some point. There's the guy who goes by the name of the Fat Jew, who rose up the ranks by being fat, having weird hair, and stealing other people's jokes and using them online. However, he is currently marketing a canned rosé wine around the world.
Oh, my God.
And none other than Madonna is helping him push it. So verdict's still out on him, I guess. There's the queen of the vines, a beautiful young lady by the name of Brittany Furlan, who actually made some cute and funny 5-10-second videos that I guess garnered the attention of millions across the country and helped her escape her troubled past. Unfortunately, Hollywood has not come calling quite the way she envisioned, but Tommy Lee from Motley Crue did. They're engaged. Let's see how that relationship goes.
Oh, Lord.
But probably the most depressing and heartbreaking story of the lot is that of Kirill Bachutsky, a.k.a.
God bless you.
the Slut Whisperer,
The
who has
slut
made
whisperer.
hundreds of thousands of dollars by traveling around the country, drinking and partying at nightclubs, and performing lewd acts on women with champagne, then, of course, posting about it.
What?
Obvious alcoholic, thirsty for acceptance, his story is one that seems destined for tragedy. Now, whether I feel sympathy for some of these individuals, morbid curiosity, or just downright jealousy, one thing remained the same. What the hell had they really done to become so famous? I hear more and more every day how comic and actor friends of mine are encountering entertainment bigwigs who are more interested in how many Snapchat friends they have than whether or not they're funny. Are you right for their TV show, Rob? Maybe. But that other guy has over 3 million fans on Twitter.
Can he play homeless?
He cannot. That you're locked in. Look, I'm not trying to sound like the old guy who doesn't understand this new generation, but I'm aware that I do sound like that guy. But hey, at least I'm not Dave Attell, who's still using a flip phone. I get technology. I play the game. I have the Instagram and Facebook, and I try to post and promote, and every once in a while do something silly or fun. But if some producer approached me and said, we would love to pay you a ton of money to make a show out of your lip-syncing videos with your kids, the first words out of my mouth would be, are you out of your fucking mind? I'm just moving my lips to a Journey song with my daughter on my iPhone. The second words out of my mouth would be, I want James Burrows to direct the pilot, and I want that girl from Stranger Things to play my daughter. I get we live in a voyeuristic and narcissistic society now, and I actually don't blame the technology. I think people have always been like this. I think we just now have the means to act on it a lot better. But should people really be able to make a career out of us watching them do mundane shit? Are we that enthralled with watching DJ Khaled get his jet ski stuck in the mud, or Kirill take a photo of a guy bobbing for apples in a toilet? Does anyone need to know what Paris Hilton is having for lunch?
Yes.
Yesterday, I had an Aussie spinach bowl and a turmeric shot. You can see a picture of it at Regan.Burns on Instagram, so please follow me, please. But
Thanks.
that's just my opinion.
Wow.
That's the only
Yeah.
one.
Well said.
Thanks for posting that.
What do you guys think? Listen, I know it's the documentary, and I know it's a topic people have touched on before. Rob, you're in a band. You've got to promote. You've
Sure.
got to be out there posting.
Right.
Brett, you're out there as well. Brett, you were doing
posting right now.
He's doing it right now.
Brett had a. Brett
keep
was,
going.
Brett was like, he's actually posting this week. Brett was like king of the what'd you call it? The jump. You did you started
Self-timer jump.
the self-timer jump.
Selftimerjump.com. Yeah.
He had a whole website going, which was fun. But if someone came to you and said, we want to develop a deal out of you because you thought to put your phone on a self-timer and jump up as high as you could in the air to capture it with celebrities, what would I pay you for? Why would that make you instantly famous?
I don't know. I don't know how that snowball effect happens. Sony was doing a competition of what you would do or where you've taken a picture or what you can do with a Sony camera. I made a video. There must be 12 self-timer jump pictures on it. I talk about the Sony CyberShot camera. I submitted it to this competition. No response, no contest win. Somebody from Sony sent me an email that said, hey, I can't believe you do that. I'm so sorry that you're not going any further in this competition, but it is amazing that you can get other people, strangers, to do what you do. And so I thought, for sure, that's my ticket. I'm going to go all over the world and do self-timer jumps with a Sony camera. I'm going to have like CyberShot down my leg, and when I jump up and do these things,
Right.
which post hamstring tear don't really happen as much anymore,
Yeah.
but it just didn't. It's not that it didn't happen for me, but I don't know why it didn't, because it was such a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And now I see
But
people
it was something
airborne
that
in
was very
shots.
close to blowing up.
Yeah.
It's something that you never would think it had.
What year was that?
No.
It was a while. I remember the first one I saw was
At
you did it with
least-
Eva Longoria.
Yeah,
You guys
at
jumping
least
up in
10 or 15
Yeah.
years ago.
I mean, it could have been timing of it. It's.
the self-timing, Rob.
Whoa.
We'll be right back.
It all comes back around. Do you have any cohort? I mean, you've worked with everybody. Have you ever been like work with somebody like, hey, what are you? I'm a YouTube star. Or I post videos of me jumping off sheds. Or,
Yeah, I earlier this year, maybe it was last year, I was asked to do this sort of random kind of pilot thing. So people had money. They were from Scandinavia, and they came in, and the other people in the pilot, it was one of those things where you do it and you don't quite know what it is, but you're like, all right, they offer you the money, and
Right.
you're like, sure, I didn't have to audition. This is fantastic.
I
Let's
like
do it. And the other people in it were YouTube stars, and one guy who was like a star in Scandinavia that I didn't know, and then a couple of people here, and it didn't amount to anything that I know of, but I had no idea who these people were, but they had millions of followers. I know that one of them was just a really attractive young girl who's also a DJ.
Yeah.
But if you go to her Instagram page, it's 99% of it is her in a bikini.
It's selfies.
But she's a DJ.
And
Right.
99%.
And here
men
you
watch
are.
it.
Exactly.
Here
Yeah.
you
That's
are
it.
getting asked,
Right.
offered I'm assuming, a somewhat smaller role or supporting role
totally.
in a project given to a girl
Yeah.
who knows how to pageant pose
Right.
in front of a mirror.
Right.
Because of the
What the
followers.
fuck is happening?
Followers, man.
Followers. It's followers. It's yeah. a
But
certain
how does that
age and-
translate into marketability? With the exception of the Kardashian or a Hilton
Yeah.
or someone who
Well,
somehow
yeah.
rises above, but they're rich already.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, and I think my view of this whole thing is like what your opinion of that documentary was. I'm fascinated by it
Yeah.
and perturbed by it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the question is, so who of that realm is honestly has a career now and is making it big? I guess there's Justin Bieber. He was a YouTube kid.
Yeah.
But who else is like
Dane Cook kind of came up.
was a little bit
I mean,
that.
he's a comic, and you can whether you think he's
did.
funny or not.
Right.
He became huge through MySpace. I mean, he
Right.
was the face of MySpace. That's what got him to Madison Square Garden.
Man.
Was 1 trillion followers.
right? Paris Hilton was a reality show star.
Yeah.
But who of this really new generation of YouTubers and Instagram people have really broken into
I
the
don't know. Well, there seems to be the flash in the pants, like, oh, Charlie bit my finger, or
Right,
you
right.
know, or this one little video
Yeah.
thing.
my kids?
Have
You know,
have you seen Busy Phillips' new show on?
yeah.
Is that going to survive?
I don't know. Busy's a friend of mine. It's very interesting to see what happened to her. Like it
'Cause,
really, she just started
she's
doing.
talented.
Busy from Freaks and
And
Geeks,
she-
and
yeah.
Whoa.
She just started doing the Instagram stories and really made it think. She's incredibly honest.
Yeah.
This is me in bed. This is me.
Yeah, I
with my
follow
kid.
her
Right.
Instagram stories, or
Right.
yoga, a lot of yoga
Right.
or Pilates,
Right,
or-
exactly. So E picked her up and gave her a nightly show.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of her Instagram stories.
Yeah, based on that character, basically that part of her life. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and and it's she kind of found a niche and found her voice that way. But Busy was famous already for
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
for
so
her
that,
acting
that one I
career.
go. That got her in the door.
But
Like
my
if-
kids I have teenage kids.
So do I.
and-
16, 13.
Right, so they're the ones that are following these people.
We mentioned this last week on the show. My son had to show me something on YouTube on my phone. Long story short, he gets on my phone, he opens up YouTube, he goes, "Where's your subscriptions?" And I went, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Who do you subscribe?" He goes, "Dad, you haven't subscribed to anyone." I said, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." He goes, "You're
Yeah.
not following, subscribed to any YouTube channels?" I'm like, "No,
No.
that's where I go if Brett wants to show me his wife's golf swing or something." I don't but there's and these people are making bank
Yeah, they're making money.
bank
Yeah.
off sponsorships.
Yeah.
Did you
And-
see the kid that is a toy? He tries
Oh,
out
the kid
toys.
who opens toys.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
years old. He made
He
21,
makes the most money. My son told me this.
$21 million.
He's a kid who
7.
opens toys and just tries them. But the toy companies are paying him massive money to put their toys on there. So it's like some little kid going, "I'm Bobby, and this week is the Tonka truck." Well, it looks cool. It races.
Yeah.
I give it a thumbs whatever.
Oh,
I
my
like it.
God.
I like it. Cute kid.
We've got to get that for Billy
gotta
for
get
Christmas.
And I guarantee you that's going to be a show somewhere.
I
They'll
paid
put it
so
on
much
TLC
money for
or
theater school. I paid a lot of money.
a lot.
Studied Shakespeare.
I know.
Chekhov,
That's classically trained. I know.
classically trained.
Chekhov.
Yeah.
I don't
we're
think Paris
classic.
can spell that.
Exactly.
Most of them cannot. Most cannot.
It is mind blowing. I guess, and I guess there's a part of me that goes, and maybe there's part of me that's my late 40s that goes, but what where will they be in 20 years?
Right.
And
Ruling the world,
will
maybe.
this 7-year-old kid, will he be ruling the world or will he be?
Clint Howard.
Yeah.
With Tommy Lee. Right? With Tommy
Poor
Lee.
Clint
I
Howard.
don't know why I even went to that card. I have to touch on this since I have both of you here, and because I want to just play it up on Brett. You both have near-death experiences,
Oh yeah.
and that's a complete coincidence.
Yeah.
Yours might not be as I don't know how near death you got, but it sounded fucking horrific.
When I told her the wrong yardage?
Yeah, when you told your wife the wrong yardage.
happened?
Your hamstring, your leg thing.
yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Well,
Torn
Rob
hamstring.
survived. Rob survived a stroke.
You did.
Is that
Yeah,
insane?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I bring that up. I'm asking
Absolutely,
everybody.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is insanity.
Yeah, it was
I
insane.
follow Rob, and I've met Rob years and years ago,
Yeah.
but it's been a long time. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
But I follow him in the social media because I want to see a project take off for him. So I want to make sure I'm following him.
Yeah, you'll
But
be one of them.
he had just said you just run your first marathon, I think.
Yeah, a couple weeks
And I was
ago.
like, oh, great, congrats. But then I saw like in the by notes, like, hashtag stroke survivor or
Yeah.
something like that. And I was like, you had a stroke.
Yeah, 5 years ago, in 2013, I was at a fan convention convention. I was on the show Supernatural. I still recur on the show Supernatural, and we do fan conventions for that show all around the world. It's really the fans that kept that show alive for 15 seasons.
Yeah. I did one way back in the day. It's been on forever. I
been
feel
on
like it was in
forever.
my 20s when I did it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, and Jensen and Jared, the leads on the show, really, they've grown up doing that show. But anyway, I was at a fan convention in Toronto, and randomly, a complete random thing, a couple of buddies of mine, actor friends, came on stage and kind of like turned me upside down on stage as a joke, just kind of fool around me because I'm a little guy, and apparently when they did that, it was kind of like whiplash. It tore my carotid artery.
Oh my God.
And so I had a complete I had a complete dissection of my carotid artery on the left side, and it takes a few hours later, there was a blood clot, and I had a stroke. And,
shit.
It's crazy in Toronto.
Wow.
How close? Like, did the doctors ever say?
So
was it one of those, like, if you'd been here 5 minutes later, or if someone hadn't done something?
So I was signing autographs. It's the very end of the convention, and all of a sudden I had a headache. But more than anything, all of a sudden I couldn't talk. I lost the ability to speak.
Wow.
I had aphasia, which I didn't realize at the time what that was or what I had. But you making the thoughts, but you just can't. Your mouth just won't work. It just won't do it. It won't say that you know that this is a cup, but you can't say the word cup. You just can't do it.
Wow.
So I mimed my way through the end of the autographs. I go up to my room, and I was just going to go to sleep. And if I would have gone to sleep, I would have either died or just stroked out and probably wouldn't be speaking today. But my buddy called me, and he was like, "Hey, we're all out to dinner." And I was like, I just kind of mumbled on the phone, and he's like, "Oh, shit, man, you okay?" I was like, "Oh." He's like, "I'll come back for you." And he could have been like, "Man, get some rest. You sound like you're kind of fucked up or something."
Right.
But he came back for me with my friend Richard Spate Jr., the actor.
great actor.
Yeah. And came back and kind of came up to my room, and he really saved my life. He assessed me. He's like, "Let's get you something to eat." We didn't know what it was, that I was having a panic attack. We didn't quite know what it was.
Wow.
And so maybe an hour went by, and he's like, "Let's get to the hospital. Let's just see if everything's all right." And so long story short, we get to the hospital. I tried to check myself in, but I couldn't say my name, and we laugh about it later. She's probably pushing a button like, "All right, let's."
Someone, security, come get this
Exactly.
homeless man out of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I booked
That's
it.
when the original study of the role began.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I booked it. End of scene. And then
You got booked in,
yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah.
And then before I know it, they gave me a CAT scan, and they team of doctors around my bed, and they say, "You're having a stroke. We need to treat you right away. Time is very important. We need to give you this clot buster, this shot that's going to break open the clot." Now, I have to tell you, the doctor says there's a 12% chance that this will kill you if the stroke doesn't.
What the fuck? You were signing autographs at a convention
Hours before. And now,
12%.
12% chance if the stroke doesn't kill you, the shot will. You'll bleed out and die. But we need you're okay. And
Oh shit! Do you make a phone call?
So
Do you,
I go-
Is this
Yeah.
okay?
so I go, I looked at Rich. Rich is like in tears. We don't know what to do.
Sure.
We asked if we should call my wife, and the doctor looked at me, and he said,
How much do you love your wife?
Yeah, no, he just
Wow.
said, he goes, I go, at this point I'm making little words. So I go, Molly. Molly's my wife's name.
Right.
He's like, Molly, what's Molly? He's kind of a hardcore doctor. Rich goes, Molly's his wife. And he's like, Molly can't help you now. And I was like, I just went like that. And then, yes, I nodded yes. And they gave me the shot. And it got worse. I lost all my words. They would wake me up on the hour to make sure I wasn't dead and give me this test, which was like they had like 4 pictures of objects, try to get me to say the words. I couldn't say them. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare for a few days. I was in intensive care. And then slowly they said, keep him talking. Try to make him make words. Slowly but surely, I started to heal. And it took me a while. It took me, a couple months to get words back. And it took me about 6 months to get, I had a lisp for a while.
Are you in danger of this being a recurring thing?
No,
Is it like, once
no,
you've had one, the chances of it happening again?
Yeah, that was
or?
what was so weird about it, is the doctor was like, first of all, in Canada, they told me my carotid would never work again. I'd only have one. I didn't have a pulse on my left side. So they were like, you don't have a pulse on the right side. That's the way it's going to be. If something happens on the right side, then you're fucked. So that was really scary.
Wow.
And you know, and I always say this too, that it's the body is so delicate, but also so resilient. And there's a thing in the back of your brain called the circle of Willis. And if one carotid breaks down, you have two carotid arteries pumping blood to your brain. Right. If one breaks down, the circle of Willis is only good for this. It goes and it comes on and it pumps blood to the other side of your brain so that your brain is full of blood. It's amazing that this circle of Willis
I'm going to get that checked. That's the very first thing I'm bringing up in my yearly.
Great. Yeah.
Rob Benedict told me about this circle around my head.
The circle of Willis.
Circle of Willis.
Circle of Willis.
It's a little chain in the back of your brain.
Can we check that?
Thomas Guide and Circle of Willis.
Yeah. So tell us about your hamstring infection, Brett.
Wow.
So
I'm
gonna switch gears.
Maybe you didn't have a stroke, but you did have a hamstring infection that I thought you were going to be.
I have
you
the
had
photo.
some kind of
It's right
tumor.
I have the photo.
It would look. You have a
The photo
Wait
you're
till you
about to
see
see.
this.
The
Oh
photo
my
you're about
God,
to see
Rob.
is of me.
I thought my friend was dead.
I'm going to have another stroke.
I went like this. Okay?
Yeah, he took a picture of his crotch.
Of this part of my leg.
This is a selfie of his crotch.
Are you ready? This is my right leg. This is my
That
hamstring.
look at that.
Oh my God.
It looks like a beef tenderloin.
How is that?
Thankfully, there are no flies in the room because they would be in everybody's throats.
And let me just say,
The images-
that came up from nowhere. That nothing happened. You had just
Wow.
I jumped and kicked
You jumped
Ralph Macchio style, Karate
Yeah.
Kid,
Oh my
and kicked
God.
nothing. I kicked nothing. I
but
kicked
bro.
the air.
Yeah, we'll post that. That's definitely going to be on the
So
website.
what was it?
I tore my hamstring in 2 places. This is it almost going away. Different leg pose, but I'm.
That's when self-timer jump stopped, by the way. That was the day that self-timer jump
Yeah,
stopped.
good God.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
purple, guys. It's
Those
purple.
are the days of day 1, 4, and 8. I think Kim was fascinated.
Yeah.
Fascinated. My brother
Holy
is a
cow.
policeman down in Costa Mesa. He thought I was pinned at the mall by another car while I was at the trunk. He thought
that was
he thought
pinned-
somebody else
pinned against
parked
the wall.
behind me. But
Yeah, that's good
yeah.
times.
Holy shit.
So I then
I had my wisdom teeth pulled out. We're just going to throw manly shit up right now.
Wow.
but I couldn't get in the car. Like it was a callback for Ruffles. I couldn't get in the car.
I got that spot, I think.
I hugged. You totally did. This is the reason I'm here today, to get you stuck in a room
Yeah,
where I
exactly.
could take you out.
Exactly.
Mr. Ruffles.
Couldn't step into my car. I lifted my leg to get in, and then I drove to Walgreens and got out of the car to get ice because I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
But totally felt the adrenaline enter the veins because I couldn't walk. So then I got home and I sat in the car, and Kim was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Well, I've been out in the car for about 45 minutes because I can't move." And so she came and helped me out.
Helped you.
What
And
a baby. God, you milk it. Rob didn't even milk his stroke as much as you are. He
No.
didn't even call his wife.
No,
He's
but
like,
you know what?
You're like,
pissed.
Kim.
I'm pissed that my
He's
circle
like,
of
"Give me the
Willis didn't
shot."
activate.
Someone will let Molly know what's going on.
There's something wrong with your circle of Willis. That's what it is.
Yeah. Do you remember the first word that you said after full?
When it all went away, there was a nurse that was helping me, and her name was Pamela. And she got me to learn how to say her name, because it was weird how aphasia works. So they'd show me a picture of it was a feather, a hammock, a table, a pencil. You know what I mean? I'd say, "What's this?" And I go, and then they'd
Man.
say feather, and I go, feather, right, feather. What's this? It's pointed feather
Oh,
again,
okay.
and I'd go, and they had no retention.
Wow.
So anyway, she got me to say Pamela without reminding me it was Pamela, right? So that was the first time I learned on my own without her cueing me. I could say it. It was her name.
Are there any recurring symptoms? Like, are you never going to be able to throw a baseball the same way?
No, that was what
or
was
something,
weird
or-
about it then, is that so at the end of the day, several months later, I got a sonogram, and my artery had healed. So my carotid artery on the left side, which they said would never heal, had healed, and which it was the whole thing's a miracle that my brain remapped there's still a black spot on my brain where the stroke was. Your brain relearns, forms new neural pathways to learn how to talk again. It's amazing. It's a miracle. So at the end of the day, the neurologist looks at me, and this is 6 months down the line when I'm talking again. I've got 90% of my words back, and he's like, go live your life. There's no reason to think it's going to happen again. You had a broken leg. It was a random thing. It's not high cholesterol. It's not that because I was smoking. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Just go.
Was there, and then I'll leave it alone, but was there a part of you, congrats on the marathon, by the way.
Thank you.
What was your time?
Oh, super slow, man.
You've done that. I'm just teasing.
Five and a half hours. 5.5 hours. I think in terms of movies.
Was there a part of you during the marathon where you were thinking, maybe I shouldn't be putting my body through this? Like, maybe...
Oh, yeah. Beforehand, I had a couple friends call me and say, what are you doing?
Think about it.
Don't do this. Call to your doctor. Make sure this is okay.
He said, no problem.
I didn't call him, and I should have. But I just went super, super slow, man. And in the last half of the race, like I would run for 20 minutes, walk for 5. I was 5.5 hours. That's a slower marathon time. But
that's why he was late. He's still.
That's why he's
still in it.
He's still in it.
I ran here from LA.
I was wondering why he was wearing those really creepy short shorts.
The number on his back. You just can't see it.
All right, we're gonna be back in just a minute. We're gonna talk rock and roll and music since we got a rocker in the house. We'll be right back with more Critically Yours, Regan Burns.
Nice.
But yeah, play 11.
Okay.
See, this is what happens every time. I walk him through it. Are we really back on the air?
We're
now?
on. We're on.
And there should have been music playing already. We should have been into the song, so it sounds like, hey, man, we're just coming back,
It's
and
all
we've been
live.
hanging out.
It's live
but this
podcasting.
This is how it works.
It's
with
really
him,
how it
Brett.
works.
This is how it works.
I don't know how you do it.
You don't? I don't know how I do it either. I got Brett Anthony and Rob Benedict in our studio. Is it fair to call this a studio, though?
Sure.
The closet? The closet it is?
I mean, it is. There's a step and repeat. I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah. Have you ever been wanted to be a rock star, Mr. Anthony?
I have. I possess a lot of skills,
Like?
really good ones. Whether it be
Jumping.
flipping cakes, or
So no.
photography.
You have never.
I have no, like after Three's Company, Broadway came a calling and asked if I could sing. I was dating a girl that was on Broadway at the time, and they thought, oh,
he must be able to sing because he did play John Ritter.
His girlfriend does.
Oh,
so
okay.
he should be able to sing. The voice lesson I had was $400 that the production paid for me to have this voice lesson with some super guru. I have no vocal singing abilities is the diagnosis.
I'm okay at singing. I do good.
You are.
I do
I've
musical
heard you
improv.
sing.
I'm not bad. I mean, I'm not a great singer. And early this year, I said, you know what? I'm going to take guitar lessons. And I did. I took them for like 4 months.
Right on.
Wow.
And how are you now?
That shit, I quit. That shit is hard. That shit is so. I'm like, you want me to do what with? Like, I had like contort your hand.
Yeah.
Take your watch
Put
off your
this
same
finger,
hand.
cross it over that one. Then, now apply pressure. I'm like, this is never going to be comfortable, dude. This window is closed.
But you do.
Where'd it go?
I do play guitar, yeah.
Oh, we must make sure and play it again. There it is. Anyways, you hear what we're playing right now? This is actually one of the gentlemen in the studio. This is Loudon Swain,
It is.
Rob Benedict's band.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is your band.
Thanks, man.
That's so cool.
I was trying to pick a song just to play, and this one jumped at me.
Yeah, cool.
Because it's definitely catchy.
Yeah, very catchy.
But
yeah.
some of your stuff is very moody,
Yeah.
melodic.
Yeah.
It was kind of all over the board, which
yeah,
I
yeah,
like. It wasn't
yeah.
like, oh, here's another song that sounds
Right.
like Loudon Swain.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been together for 20 years, a little more than 20 years.
Wow, you
yeah.
guys been doing this for 20 years?
Yeah, we started playing for fun at the late 90s and started making recordings, making demo tapes, and then then we made an album and got a few people at the shows, made another
No, you
album.
guys got a
and-
big following. I was looking at your tour coming up. I mean, you're going to big play. You're going
Yeah.
to Austin and
Yeah.
Canada and New York and Vegas, and
Yeah.
you're all over. I mean, you got dates set up for all of next year.
Yeah.
Be careful in Canada.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Okay. I
We know what happened last
I
time.
know. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon?
Never.
But that's awesome. You're
so
great.
it's the more sort of acting work I do, more people find out about it and
Right.
and come to the shows, and it's great. And
Did you find that a lot of people kind of came to the show out of a curiosity at first, like, oh, we love
Sure.
Supernatural, let's
So
come
let's
see
check out what this guy's
Rob's
band's
band is about?
Mhm,
Right
mhm.
on.
And then they become fans of the band because it is a good band, and I play with really good musicians, and and you've been playing together for so long that we're pretty tight now. And
Right.
so yeah, it's cool because back in the day, we'd play to like 5-6 people.
Right.
Friends of yours, you begged to come to the show.
Molly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Her, yeah,
exactly.
her
Molly
sister.
again.
Not even
Molly
a
again.
joke. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then Molly just stopped coming. She was
Yeah.
over it. But yeah, so then now we play to big rooms, and they we fill it up without having to beg people to come, which is kind of fun.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. You guys are really good.
Thank you.
I like to. I'm gonna come check you out.
Thanks.
Well, since we have a bona fide actor turned rock star, or vice versa, which is chicken or egg, who knows which came first. Our game today is going to be kind of along the same lines. We're talking rock stars who were actors. Okay. So here's how the game's going to play. We all know that Jared Leto in 30 Days to Mars, and when Kevin
30
Bacon and
days,
his
30 whole days.
30 whole days, and Kevin Bacon and his brother and his band. But I found a few that maybe you don't know that have actually dabbled in the music industry. Maybe you do. You're a musician. You may know all these. We're going to play a song by a well-known actor or actress in their band or solo.
Okay.
The first person to name that person will get a point. Okay, so if you want to guess who it is, immediately guess. If after a few seconds no one gets it right, I'll throw a clue or two out there until someone can guess who the actor is.
Oh, no.
Point goes to that. What are you playing for? Well, the winner's going to get the Leah Black Sudden Youth Complete Facial Treatment Kit.
Wow.
Rob, if you wanted to have your skin lifted, firm, tightened, and toned, help minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, have you gotten sick and tired of playing homeless men? Well, the Leah Black Sudden Youth Complete Facial Treatment Kit could be yours if you win. Don't worry, I got a big thing of biotin boost for thickening hairspray for our runner-up, so no one's leaving here empty-handed
good.
either way. But there's a lot on the line. Peter, you can play for fun.
Can I
if you-
ask a
Nice.
question? If
Yeah.
I remember, if I know who it is, but I can't remember their name, can I say it's the guy who
You
was
absolutely
Yes,
can,
yes.
but if that clues him to
It-
suddenly say
got
who
it.
it is, it's the name
Okay.
first.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
want to say it out loud, no, you might be jingling the carrot. All right,
Man.
here we go. Number one, gentlemen, then we'll get you out of here. Number one. Who is this?
I'm going down to the railway station, gonna get a ticket to ride.
Both men looking quizzically. Rob.
Russell Crowe.
It is not Russell Crowe.
Ride till the sun comes up and down around me.
Hervé Villechaize.
It is not Tattoo. It
John Travolta.
Jeff
clue
Bridges.
number one. It was this song versus the world.
Go down where people say y'all. Sing a
Oh,
song
man.
with a friend. Change the shape that I live.
Clue number two. I believe this single was released in either May or Juno.
I'd like to
Scott Pilgrim, the guy who played Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
And his name
He's
is
dangling the carrot.
the guy who
Also in
played Scott
Juno.
Pilgrim's name is. He was also in Juno.
He was in Juno.
He was Arrested Development.
He was in Arrested Development.
And his name
Jason
is.
Bateman.
I'm gonna give I'm gonna give Rob half a point for that. It's Michael Cera.
Cera.
Michael Cera. Doesn't this sound like Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah, sounds so
It does.
I like
It
it.
does.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
mean, I'm not saying he's a.
So this is
the
his
best-
legit.
This is legit. These are all legit. These are none
Like
joke.
he has an album.
It
and
has
this is
an
it.
album out. Yeah, the song was called Clay Pigeons.
I am surprised how low his voice is.
For the listeners, I've
Or
just
is he the higher
slid the
voice? I
think
Leah
he's
Black
higher.
Sudden Youth closer to Rob.
Rob.
It's just moved over, so it's within arm's reach.
Number two. Rob takes the early lead half. I'm gonna give him half a point because he was just bouncing all around it. Number two. Who's this? This should be easy. Whenever she sings, it'll be easy.
It's hard to be ignored.
It's a she and him. It's
Is she and him is the name of the band?
it's
him.
it's
Is it- but who is the
wait,
she?
Wait, don't tell me. It's
You should really give a new girl like this a chance.
yes,
Patty.
she's the lead in the show, The New Girl, and she and him. It's
This song covers
Simone.
A to Z.
Simone.
Z.
this is
Zoe.
Zoe. Zoe.
Danchel.
Deschanel.
Deschanel from Brad. I heard from Brad first. Rob just dangling the carrot doesn't quite
I feel
pull it
like
off. Number three.
I'll be splitting the discoloration in bags with Peter on the underhanded.
100 Days
Rob,
of Summer.
how did
was
you
that
not
it?
go 500 Days of
I'm
Summer?
telling you,
yeah.
I have a bad. I'm bad with names.
Well,
and
you're
I
going to
remember,
suck at this game then. Number three. I think it has a little bit of a lead in. All right. The song is called Falling Down.
Russell Crowe.
It is. She's just going to keep saying Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Russell.
Jeff
John
Bridges.
Travolta.
John Travolta. We had John Travolta used to sing. He's not on
Sure.
here today. That's
Hasselhoff.
cool.
So, yeah.
What's that?
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff's on. I didn't go with the easy one. There's the ones we could have. Eddie Murphy. I'm not going to play it. We all know Eddie Murphy.
I would say I'm sorry.
Zoe Deschanel.
He's just going to stick with Zoe now.
This is
It's a cover of.
Intoxicated Jennifer Aniston.
Oh
No, it's
Jennifer
Friends.
Aniston. I like.
I think I have a feeling I know who this is. It's God, it's a problem, right?
It is something.
I'm gonna play the stroke card.
You are going to play that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
bet,
actually worried.
I bet Ryan Reynolds liked it.
Oh. Is this Blake?
And it's not Blake Lively.
Oh,
A good bit of this
And
song
it's
is
not-
probably lost in translation.
it's
Bill Murray.
yeah.
Scarlett Johansson! Scarlett Johansson for Brad. It's Scarlett
I had
Johansson.
to clutch my
You were
own
grabbing
man
your
boobs.
breasts. Is
I had
that
to
what got
clutch
you to
my own
figure that
man
out?
boobs.
Number
I like
4.
that.
How? Wow.
That one wasn't too crazy about. She did a whole album was a cover of Tom Waits songs.
Really?
Yeah. Who's this?
This is who I thought that last one was. I know who this is.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
so
it's
They've opened for you? Have they opened for Loudon Swain?
no, but
She's a natural born singer.
yes, yep. I know who it is.
The blonde.
It's Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis! Juliette!
I had Arquette, and I couldn't get Arquette out of my mouth.
Juliette
to
in the
get
late
to say
Arquette.
Juliette.
Arquette's a good guess, though. I like Arquette.
Oh, this game is killing me.
All right, let's go number.
By the way, he had a coffee
number
stirrer
7.
that has been destroyed. A Starbucks coffee
He
stirrer.
really is no.
It now looks like
my
a
heart.
question mark.
I'm slightly afraid he may stroke out again during this game.
Well, I don't know him well
7.
enough, and he might
7?
be.
No, don't worry.
7. Let's play 7. We'll go to 7.
I've just Googled Circle of Willis.
All right, who's this? We'll go to a guy here. Number 7.
Russell Crowe.
It is not Russell
Ryan
Crowe.
Reynolds.
Little bit of an intro. Rob with 1.5 points. Brett with 2. It's anyone's game. Peter not on the board. Wow. Peter's having a hard enough time running the board.
Stephen
Who is
Baldwin.
this? It is not Stephen Baldwin.
Keanu Reeves.
Not Keanu. Not Dog
I
Star.
heard it.
Nope.
Bradley Cooper.
Nope. If you don't like this song, he might break your sternum.
Doogie Howser.
No.
Break your sternum.
He might even arrest you.
Tom Selleck?
The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson?
It would be hard to kill this song
Hard to kill.
because he's out for justice in this tune.
Oh, man. People are shouting
Norris.
the name.
They are shouting it right now.
Chuck Norris.
Close. This is Mr. Steven Seagal.
Oh my goodness.
No
way.
That was so damn
What do you think?
I'm kind of impressed.
It's not bad. Maybe not the best vocals in the world, but certainly listenable, right?
Again, I'm surprised this is the voice that comes out.
I am too.
Yeah, so
Clearly,
no point on that one.
And
Wow.
I don't. Yeah, clearly I'm not a big Seagal movie fan because none of those names.
Yeah.
let's just talk about Kelly LeBrock then.
Let's just talk about her.
She must be doing backup.
She's doing well. Number 9. Number 9. What is she doing? I have absolutely no idea. Number 9. This might be easy. I may not even have to give clues on this one. Number 9.
Has the name been said already?
Burt Reynolds.
Russell Crowe.
It is not Russell Crowe.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges! Look at that. Rob's right away.
Okay.
That's a recognition.
That's my boy Jeff.
I'm in the room, and this is the most serious Rob has ever been
he's-
post Circle of Willis. He dipped his nose, grazed the foam on the microphone, and just was like, Jeff Bridges.
And now
Here's the thing about me. I'm like competitive and I lose all the time.
He was wearing
Number
black
5.
denim jeans, but the ass has faded to a gray because of the shiftiness of finding a name.
All right, we'll go a couple more and get you out of here.
Not to mention I was dark hair before this started. Now it's all gray.
Who is this lovely young lady?
Did you ever have that dream where you're walking naked down the street? And
This actually got a little bit of radio play.
Yeah, I feel like
a little bit. For about a minute. I'll give you a clue. At least 5 people really liked this song.
Party of 5.
This isn't J. Love Hewitt.
It is Jennifer
good
Love
call.
Hewitt.
Wow.
Brad.
Yes.
I almost said Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
gave you the hint. Did I give you the hint?
I'm stealing
Number,
like a
number
thief.
6.
That's okay.
Number 6. We got 2 more. Number 6.
It's coming. It's coming. It's
yeah, I might
playing.
add a lead, and sometimes they have. I don't edit a lot of it. It's not really part of
She's
my
on
job.
a
as
show.
I gotta jump.
She was on a show where she was a hooker or something.
Did you have a hint that had to do with the Ghost Whisperer?
I said everyone could kind of love it.
That's good.
Who's this?
Nev Campbell. It's not Nev Campbell.
It's not Nev. Nev tried. Who is that?
It's Naomi Watts.
Disney. A Disney.
It's not a Disney song. It was made for a animated
Selena
film, though.
Gomez.
Clue number 1. This song sank really fast.
Oh. What's her name? Titanic.
Titanic.
You-
What was
you're
that
throwing-
girl?
you're dangling
What was that
carrots.
girl?
You're
What was,
dangling carrots.
Who was that on the with Leonardo DiCaprio?
DiCaprio
and, and,
This song was never meant to be king of the world of the charts.
I can't steal this one.
Just steal it.
But I would
do
like
it.
him to maybe wear some sort of cleaning mittens because this place would be sparkling with how much hand movement Rob's got with trying to figure this Kate Winslet answer out.
I'm gonna give half a point to Rob on that
Again,
because he knew it.
He knew it. And that's
He
what I'm
knew it.
saying. I can't.
All right, that ties it at 3-3. That means this is going to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, no.
Right
love to-
here.
Oh, no.
This will be the tie. This is where
I'll
it
be
all,
okay, everybody. I'm gonna be okay.
it all comes down. Jesus, like Deal or No Deal. Open that case,
Russell
Brett. You know what? Play number 8.
Let
just,
it be
number
Russell
8.
Crowe.
just play number 8.
Let it be Russell
Play number 8. Who's this?
Russell Crowe.
It is Russell Crowe.
Wow,
That's not the one we're doing.
He wins.
Turn it off. We'll do 10. I did have Russell Crowe on here. I'm not doing it. Here we go. Number 10. This is the tiebreaker. This is for all the marbles. Who is this?
I just want it to be over.
Most of our listeners do, Rob. Most of our listeners do.
It's a woman.
It's not.
Not a woman.
No, that is a man.
Not a good start.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in a world full of hurdles.
Who is this? Blank stares from both guests.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal, no. Good guess.
I just keep wanting to say Patrick Swayze, but it's not.
It is not Patrick Swayze.
Is that close?
Are you ready for your first clue?
Sure.
Careful how you dangle the carrot, Rob.
Okay.
It's the guy from, let me say his entire biography
exactly,
and IMDb
exactly.
page so Brett can say his name.
Yeah.
I'm not sure animals could dance to this song.
Peter Coyote.
You're kind of dancing in the right field, though. You're kind of dancing in the right field.
Dances with Wolves.
Yes, it's Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner! Rob Benedict!
Circle Willis. Oh my God. I'm so meaning. So
We
meaning.
really
so
did
meaning.
feel as if-
we thought we lost Rob for a second.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner.
My God.
The wrinkles
Peter
that are
Dinklage.
gonna get smooth.
And you get to buy. Hey, you're not leaving alone. You get to buy a tin thickening hairspray. That's
I
gonna
need it.
give you a full
I
head of
need it
hair
because
in
check
there,
it.
Brett.
That helps you with your
we
golf.
don't. We pounded that.
Whoa!
down
Jesus!
goes Brett.
Oh!
It's all good.
Are we dry?
We're fine. Clean your phone off.
Oh, it hit the back of
It
the
hit the
chair.
back there. It's all
Ladies
good.
and gentlemen, a
Rob
full-
Benedict, where can people follow you and the band?
So I am on Twitter at Rob Benedict, on Instagram as Ro Benedict. Someone took my name, so I just have one B in the middle. RO Benedict on Instagram. And
11.
Loudon
going.
Swain is the band.
We'll play some Loudon right now.
LOUDENSWAIN.com. And that will, you can find all of our socials there.
Good. Do you ever wear sexy stuff on stage? Or do you ever just sex it up a bit?
I wear tight pants,
You glam it up
tight
a
shirts,
little bit?
sucking my gut.
Nice. Mr. Anthony, where are people following you in the World Wide Web? Or do you even give a shit?
Yeah. It's
You're
tough
just
for
trying
me.
to clean up the chaos that you
Yeah.
I broke my water.
Wow.
There's water
Broke it
everywhere. My hairspray is still intact.
Yeah.
My self-esteem is not.
Yeah.
The Brett Anthony is the Twitter,
Mike?
Instagram. Let me call my mom.
Call
My
your mom. Your
mom
mom has
will
it
tell
all.
me. It's a learning process. It's
Rob,
crazy.
you weren't
We'll
here,
catch
but
you.
U.S. swing champion. Swing dance champion.
Really?
Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
have to listen to the first half. It's a
Yeah,
fascinating.
the surprises keep coming.
Fascinating
Wow.
and not as exciting story as you think. Please follow us on our Facebook page, critically yours, ReganBurns.com. I'm on Instagram at Regan.Burns. Peter, thank you as always. Guys, I appreciate it. I hope I didn't stress you out getting here, Rob. It was a pleasure to have you.
This is a
We'll have
blast.
you on
It's a
again.
highlight of
when
my day.
we can talk more about the band and everything.
Yeah.
Brett, we'll have you on when we're desperate. Yay! Thank you, everybody. Critically yours, Regan Burns. Boom.
I like it, man. This
That was
is fun.